mental illness and disorders now. So we're going to consider schizophrenia and depression to begin with. So starting with schizophrenia, causes of schizophrenia can include genes, so hereditary, overuse of drugs, high levels of dopamine, and even stress. Symptoms of a person suffering from schizophrenia include hallucinations and paranoia, as well as anxiety and confusion. Treatments include cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and antipsychotic drugs. Now, depression has no one single cause, but a combination of factors may increase the chance of depression occurring. So it could be a traumatic event, bad childhood experiences, overuse of drugs, and poor physical health. There are lots of symptoms associated with depression, but it does include potentially suicidal thoughts, lack of energy and low self-esteem. Treatment options include antidepressant drugs and cognitive behavioral therapy again. Alzheimer's disease. Now, the cause of Alzheimer's is the buildup of proteins such as B-amyloid in the synapses in the brain. Lots of symptoms associated with Alzheimer's, including poor memory, lots of repetitive behavior, deterioration in social behavior, loss of intellectual capacity, loss of voluntary muscle control. It's actually very difficult to treat Alzheimer's. You'll often find that people with Alzheimer's get treated with enzyme inhibitors, drugs which increase the release of neurotransmitters such as acetylcholine, and in general, activities which stimulate thinking skills. Let's understand why the buildup of proteins in the synapses in our brain affects us in this way. Well, remember at the synapses, acetylcholine is released. It's a neurotransmitter which helps the progression of nerve impulses along the secondary neuron. When that B-amyloid blocks the synapse, it means that no new nerve impulses can be generated, which eventually leads to death of neurons. Why do enzyme inhibitors act as a treatment option for people with Alzheimer's? Well, enzymes are used to break down the acetylcholine at the end of a synapse. With an enzyme inhibitor, it means that you'll have higher levels of acetylcholine, meaning more electrical impulse transmission. Vascular dementia now, as the name suggests, it affects vessels, blood vessels supplying the brain. Here, the blood vessels become diseased and damaged, meaning less oxygen reaches the brain. The brain cells die. People with vascular dementia suffer from memory loss and difficulties with thinking and reasoning. Treatment options include drugs which reduce blood pressure and blood cholesterol and general thinking activities. Parkinson's disease is caused by reduced dopamine levels. It occurs mostly in men and later in life. Because there's less dopamine, it means fewer nerve impulses are generated. Symptoms include tremors, a bent-over posture, stiffness, and difficulty moving. Treatments include providing drugs which mimic dopamine, enzyme inhibitors which prevent the breakdown of dopamine, deep brain stimulation, DBS, to reduce tremors, and more generally physiotherapy. Linking back to an earlier part of the spec, stem cell therapy is a potential treatment option for people with Parkinson's. Stem cells could be used to produce new brain cells that have been damaged in Parkinson's disease.